Well, today I had to review a bunch of master episodes of the new series, and, by request. And wow, that Last of the Time Lords episode was just terrible. Yeah. Nothing will ever breach that level of terribleness. But anyways, I think there's only like a couple more, maybe even just one more master episode that I have to do. Let's see. What is it? Oh, it's requested by Clara Boswald and Death in Heaven again. Oh yeah, let's see. Oh, another two-parter, and it's my final one of the master episodes. Oh, it's ooh, Dark Water, pretty good. Yeah. What's this other one? It certainly can't be as bad as, you know, Last of the Time Lords. It's really, you're making me watch Death in Heaven? Really? Hey guys, before I start this review, please excuse me for a second. I have to do something very important. Okay, let's move on with the review. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna give you guys a heads up that this includes spoilers. Now, I know that pretty much all my Doctor Who episode reviews have spoilers, but I'm gonna stress it here the most because I know it's a Series 8 Capaldi episode, and I know that there are people that haven't seen any Capaldi episodes of Series 8 because I watch them when they air on BBC. Some people don't. A lot of people have to wait until they come on to Netflix to do that. So, and it's at the moment it's not on Netflix. So that's why I'm stressing it here the most. So if you haven't seen Series 8 and or haven't seen any Capaldi episodes or haven't seen this episode at least, then don't watch it. I have a couple other reviews if you guys haven't watched them yet. You could go check those out. I got one for The Parting of the Ways, The 11th Hour, the Master Trilogy, which includes Utopia, Sound of the Drums, and the crappy Last of the Time Lords. I got The End of Time up. I've got a bunch up, and I'm trying to think. There was one other one, but I can't remember exactly which one it was. What was it? Ugh! Can't think of it. But nonetheless, go check them out. And also, request some episodes in the comment section below. I haven't gotten any requests today. So either request something on in the comment section below, or you can either comment on my Instagram an episode you'd like me to review, or send me or DM me something on Instagram, an episode that you'd like me to do, or just leave an episode suggestion in the comments section below, because I'd love to review it. It might take a while for me to get to it, but yeah. So I'm trying to do 3 episodes. Also, heads up, I've been trying. Monday is the end of my my Christmas break, so I probably won't be able to do another one until Friday. And since I also have Fanfiction Friday, I might only be able to do one, but I'll try to do one as much as I can. If I have time to do at least 2 or 3, I'll try to do them. But the next couple days, I'm still on break, so I'll do 3 episodes. Well, actually, there's only one more day I have of break, and that's tomorrow. But I'll try to do 3 episodes that day. This is my 3rd episode of the day. Yesterday, my 3 episodes were one I can't remember, The Parting of the... Oh yeah, I remember now. It was The Parting of the Ways, Army of Ghosts / Doomsday, and The 11th Hour. And today I did a bunch of Master episodes, which included the Master Trilogy, Utopia / Sound of the Drums / the crappy Last of the Time Lords, The End of Time, and right now this is my 3rd one, Dark Water / Death in Heaven. Tomorrow I'm going to do The Unicorn and the Wasp, Father's Day, and, well, tomorrow I'm going to try, if I have time, I'm going to try to do Unicorn and the Wasp, Father's Day, and whatchamacallit, Waters of Mars, that's right. But right now, let's get on to the review. Okay, so Dark Water was an episode that I really, really liked. So, yeah, by now, you got the heads up about spoilers. You probably shouldn't be here. But for those of you who simply don't care about spoilers or have seen the episode, let's move on. Okay, so this episode featured the return of the Master, and it was the Master's first return since the end of time. However, it's not the John Sim Master. Here we get our first female Master, and I think Moffat actually wants a female Doctor, which is why he had a female Master instead of a female Doctor, because right now he wanted a darker tone for Series 8. I know a lot of people complain that Doctor Who's gotten too dark. Well, that Series 8 was too dark. And I kind of disagree and agree. Here's what I mean. I think that, I wasn't a big fan of Series 6. And I think that you can get dark with Doctor Who, but I think you need a dark Doctor to have dark stories. And Matt Smith wasn't really that dark of a Doctor. But Capaldi, I think Series 8 it worked because Capaldi is a darker Doctor. But, Dark Water was probably my second favorite episode of Series 8. Now, my first favorite episode of Series 8 was actually one that a lot of people hate, and that was Kill the Moon. Yeah, this was my second favorite one. There were some genuinely powerful moments. I loved how relatable Danny Pink's death was, because most times they'll have stuff like some really unrealistic deaths, like, you got shot by a Dalek, or, you get blasted by this time machine thingy-mabobby, or you get the space alien disease type of thing, or a face crab thing, like in the End of Time, the Dream Crabs. Sorry, not the End of Time, Last Christmas, yeah. Last Christmas. But this time he just got hit by a car, which was so realistic, and, I mean, I don't want to be scary, but, I mean, tomorrow, for any of us, tomorrow could be our last day, and, that's what it was like with Danny Pink, and he had a lot ahead of him, and he just died, and I love that, and I love how Clara is on the phone, and she says, "I love you," and then all of a sudden, there's just silence, and then she goes up. The woman goes up to Clara and says, "Oh, he's dead," and that shocked me. I was just shocked. I mean, and it was so heart moving, and it was such a great scene. Oh gosh, it was just beautiful. And then and then when she goes to the doctor, and she takes all. Now this made no sense how she took all his keys and threw them into the lava, because Clara, because here's the thing, the Doctor has a mental link to the TARDIS, and as River said, he can snap the TARDIS doors open with his fingers. So that was a bit of a nitpicky thing there, but aside from that, I really liked it. But what I really didn't. So, but yeah, aside from that, I really liked the scene. And then Clara, throws it into the lava, and then she's like, "Oh my god, what have I done? What have I done?" And, oh my gosh, I just love that. And I thought, as some of you may know, the 7th Doctor is my second favorite Doctor behind Tom Baker, the 4th Doctor. I thought I love how Capaldi, how he kind of tests Clara, very much is reminiscent to the 7th Doctor, how he, would very many times try and train my favorite companion, Ace. Yeah, so I really like that. And then I love the scene where he says, "You let me down, Clara." And it's like he's cheering her on, yet at the same time he's mocking her. I love that scene. And I loved the episode because it was like, it talked about the horrors of death. And it really was great. And the reveal at the end, holy crap. The Utopia reveal was a shocker, this was an even bigger shocker. I was just speechless. Like, you should have seen my reaction. I was with a bunch of friends. You should have seen our reaction while we were watching that episode. We were like, oh! Because Missy, there had been all throughout Series 8, we had seen cameos from Missy, and we didn't know who it was. Now, here's the thing. It turned out to be the Master, and he changed his name to Missy because he was a woman, and it's for mistress. And it's kind of like, I mean, that was the exact theory that people had come up with, that the Master was, that Missy was the Master, and it stood for, and Missy was short for mistress. So it wasn't an unheard of theory, but I was still shocked. And Moffat did a great job with that twist at the very end, because we all thought that, that was a theory, but everybody kept saying, including myself, that no, that can't be right. This is Moffat. He's gonna do something else. He's gonna do something more complex. And so when it was revealed it was the Master, I was like, what? You mean it was actually true? And when she said, well, I couldn't keep calling, and it was the exact theory, but it was so shocking because we had all basically dismissed that theory, and it turned out true. When she says, well, I couldn't keep calling myself the Master now, could I? Oh, gosh. And even though I will say the kiss was a bit disturbing, because when you see Michelle Gomez's Master kissing the Capaldi's doctor, maybe it's a bit disturbing just because that brings weird images in my head of it's like if John Sim made out with David Tennant's doctor, or if what's his name, Eric Roberts made out with what's his name's doctor, with the Paul McGann's doctor. I feel embarrassed not to know that because he's my third favorite doctor. Or if Anthony Ainley made out with Tom Baker, or what's his name? Tom Baker, Peter Davison. I know I'm out of it today. Or Colin Baker, or Sylvester McCoy. That would be a bit disturbing. Or if what's his name? Or if Roger Delgado made out with John Pertwee. That, it's kind of like that. But nonetheless, it was a great reveal. And I did like Michelle Gomez as Missy, even though there was a big complaint I had about her in Death in Heaven. We'll get to that. But the Cybermen were very, very well done too. I really, really like that. But Jenna Louise Coleman was great as always, but she was at her best in this episode, and Capaldi was great as always. But this was the episode that convinced me that Peter Capaldi was my favorite New Who Doctor. Yeah, he was just brilliant in this episode. When he said, "You let me down," oh my god, that was just brilliant. That's the episode. That's just when it was like, yeah, he's my doctor now. I mean, holy crap. I mean, I just loved it. But Dark Water gets a 10 out of 10, no, without doubt. But now Death in Heaven. We have to go through this. Okay. Now, Death in Heaven is the second worst finale of all time. As you probably guessed, in my opinion, the second worst finale was the worst finale. I'm sorry, the worst finale of all time for me was The Last of the Time Lords. Now, the reason being is it was too much of a soap opera. Now, a lot of people complain that, a lot of grandpas complain that, New Who is too much like a soap opera, in my opinion. It should be more like the classic series. Now, I love the classic series just as much, but I disagree completely. I mean, because New Who, I think it was just adapting to new audiences, and that it was considered